me your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Snowbreak Containment Zone video, and today I'm just going to be talking about the new 5-star Haru. Like the content, leave a like and subscribe. The pros of Haru is that she's very hot and she's also a very great, excellent mob clearer. I think she's probably one of the best characters for the Underground Purge, because in the Underground Purge you're dealing with a crap ton of mobs of enemies. So if you are struggling in the Underground Purge, then Haru might actually be a very good pickup. Her skill is pretty spammable and it can even go through objects, so if you have an enemy that's hiding behind a wall or even taking cover, you can basically just use the skill and you'll be able to hit the enemy. Also, her ultimate is also very good for crowd control, because whenever you use her ultimate, it basically, well, flings the enemy back. Haru's standard skill can also stagger the enemies, and it does have a little bit of AoE in it. If I could compare Haru to other AoE clearers, Haru is the best. Acacia Kaguya's standard skill is a pretty good AoE clearer. However, the only problem with the skill is the cooldown is pretty long. Once you have all 3 darts on the field, you're gonna have to wait quite a bit in order to use the standard skill again. You also do have to position yourself for the skill to attack the enemy. Using this skill on the staircase is also a very bad idea as well, because it's not gonna like go down or go up. Ethereal Cloud can also clear mobs, however you're mostly going to be doing that with her ultimate. Her standard skill can mark up to several enemies, but it's really not doing that much damage to the other enemies. Ethereal Cloud's damage is mostly going to be coming from her ADS shots anyways. Haru is an excellent mob clear. If you're having trouble against the Underground Purge, I would suggest that you pick her up. Now, one of Haru's cons, however, is she's very bad against elite enemies or boss enemies. Since her standard skill basically staggers common enemies, she's not going to be staggering the elites or the bosses, since, you know, they're elites and bosses. Same thing applies with her ultimate as well. You're not going to be throwing the boss back with her ultimate. Same with the elite enemies as well, which is kind of fair because, you know, Haru is meant to be more of a mob clearer. So when it comes to single target damage, I do think Yao and Coronet Feni are probably one of the best options in the game still. As for the teams for Haru, you at least need one healer, either it's the 4-star Yao or the 4-star Chenxing. The other team member is the 5-star Feni, since shotgun characters are pretty busted. If you do intend to bring Haru into the neural simulation, I would suggest that you bring a shotgun character or just a single target DPS character. Shotgun characters are so good because they can break shields easily and they can also break body parts very easily. You can use the shotgun character to break a shield or the body parts easily, and once those are broken, you can switch over to Haru and use the standard skill until they're dead. Out of all the pistol characters, I do think Haru is the sexiest. I think Haru deals the most damage out of all of them, which is fitting since she is an AoE mob clearer. All the other pistol characters tend to be support. Enya, she's a support. The 4-star Haru, basically all of her manifestations help the other party members. 4-star Acacia is also support. Her Neuronics basically help the party. Acacia Kaguya, she's basically a support. You can use her as a main DPS. I've used her as a main DPS, but you're basically going to be relying on her standard skill for the damage. And as I stated earlier, her standard skills cooldown is very long. Not to mention, you do have to position yourself in order for them to attack the enemy, because I've had times where I've used it when I was like elevated and it would not hit the enemy. And her standard skill is very useless against bosses that can fucking teleport all over the goddamn map. I forgot to mention that Haru is actually pretty good against bosses that are really far or that can just teleport all over the place, since her standard skills range is pretty decent. Anyways, Haru does deal the most damage out of all the other pistol characters in the game. Her rate of fire is also a little bit more faster compared to the others. The shots from her pistol also deal more damage. Speaking of her pistol, if you do manage to pick her up, you can also pick up her free-to-play weapon in the event shop. The weapon is called Wild Wasp Stinger, and when you continuously use the same skill to gain the hive effect, Increase attack by 6% for 5 seconds, a max of 4 stacks. It's a pretty good weapon since Haru can spam her skill multiple times. And since it's free, it's going to be very easy to max out this weapon. I'm not going to be talking about her 5-star weapon because I don't think it takes a genius to tell you that yes, her 5-star weapon is her best weapon. And if you're a free-to-player or a light spender, you're most likely watching this video. I don't suggest that you pull on this weapon banner unless you got bank. Haru's manifestations are a little bad. Her M1 is just really bad. It's mostly just her M1 that's just terrible. Her M1 lets you use her ultimate without spending ultimate energy. However, this can only occur once every 600 seconds. 600 seconds is a long fucking time. That's basically 10 minutes. By 10 minutes, the enemies would be dead or the boss would be dead, so this M1 is pretty useless. M2 is pretty good. I have her at M2. M2 increases Haru's attack whenever she uses her skill. It increases it by 5% for 5 seconds, a max of 5 stacks. Since you can spam her skill willy-nilly, it's very easily achievable. Haru's M3 doesn't really make any sense to me because I can't figure out what the fuck Iron Body does, and that's what M3 does. It basically gives her this thing called Iron Body. I've been looking all over the game to find out what the fuck Iron Body is. I have no idea what it does. Maybe she gets damage interruption resistance or something. I have no idea. I think they should at least have the text explain what Iron Body does because I have no idea what it does and I kind of don't want to swipe to find out what it does. M5, whenever Haru is in the body of body as blade state, whenever Haru is in the body as blade state, whenever the enemy's HP is lower, she will deal more damage. Pretty decent M5 to make her a decent boss killer. Overall, her M1 is shit. I don't really know if getting manifestation for her is really that worthwhile because that M1 is just so terrible. M2 is pretty decent, but that M1 is just so bad. Anyways, TLDR, Haru's a very good mob clearer, pretty bad against bosses. She's also very hot. Cool for her if you're struggling against the underground purge. That's basically all my thoughts about Haru. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later.